you know, fucked out. He's like, oh, that was sick. And then I like flip the board over. He's like, is that a cheesecake?
When the G-Skate arrived, we all knew we had to try it. But with its interesting shape comes the question, what's it made for? How will it hold up in New Zealand conditions? The call went out and we recruited a small team. Darren, Taylor, Danyon. We wanted to represent your average, decent daily surfer all the way through to high-performance team member. The boys sat down and talked about all their thoughts and opinions. Here's the highlights.
I don't know, like all of my boards are literally, they're all like I ride as little volume as I possibly can get away with, and like normally I'm on like 31 to 31 and a half litres. And then I saw the G-Skate come out and then I was like, oh, that's something that will, like it fills a gap in the quiver for me that I haven't ever filled before, like just something that I can throw in the car like on the daily pretty much and just, I don't know, just have it like a board that I can, like I'm not going to compete on it, I'm not going to probably do my absolute best surfing on it, but it's something that's fast, easy to surf, fun, loose, like just something that is entirely different to what I normally surf.
Yeah, I think probably the same for me. I'm not surfing as much probably at the moment as I have been, and I just thought I want something that, you know, the waves we get around here, Mount Papamoa area, pretty average. I just wanted something with heaps of paddle power, and just something where you're not going out necessarily with the intention to like shred your hardest, and that it's more just like you're catching lots of waves, you've got speed on tap, and if you do a sick turn, then you're frothing.
Your goal isn't 3 to the beach.
Yeah. Like you said, it's just the board that when the report looks a little bit sus, you're just chucking that in the car and you're just low expectations.
Unless you know you'll have fun.
Totally. Yeah, so it's just full fun factor.
I'm like 84 kilos, 83, 84, and I normally ride about 31 and a half litres, but I just went straight to a stock 510. Again, it was like filling the gap that was like something else that's not in my quiver. Like there was no point for me personally to order another board that's in like the 31 and a half, 32 litre range, especially for something that I just want to have in the car all the time and just hop on it and just have fun. So I went the stock 510 dims at like 34.5 litres, so that's like 3 litres more than I would normally ride, which is it felt pretty massive to begin with, but it doesn't feel too big.
Yeah, that's interesting, because like I guess we're going to have people that, you know, trying to figure out sizing and like maybe stressing about having to customize it to get it close to what they normally ride. Like what would you say? Like pretty safe to go up to the next size up?
I just wouldn't stress about it too much. Like I saw, you would have seen as well, like they noted on a couple of the videos, the demo tapes for the G-Skate, and they had like only a couple of them, and there were guys riding down in volume and there were guys riding way up in volume as well. Like they were just all surfing the same team boards, and there were like super lightweight guys riding like 30 plus litres.
That was in that Hawaii tape.
It was.
Had, like a few of the G-Skates and they took them and they had all these like riders come along, different sizes, and they're all kind of just like, you see in the tapes, all like kind of flicking between the different shapes and sizes, but they were just all kind of
and it's probably going to feel so much different to your normal board anyway, that like being up or down a litre or whatever, it's like you're not going to necessarily notice that when you're talking about a board that probably is just completely different to your normal shortboard anyway.
Well, that was exactly the reason that I wasn't too fast about the volume. I was just like, it's going to be a big adjustment anyway. A, the shape, B, going to 2+1, and C, the volume in itself. It's just like so I just wanted to keep it stock and see how it went, and loving it so far.
Fins, only been riding at the moment. I've been stoking on like a twin and trailer with that board. I have got a set of the CI upright Reactor templates.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So when it does get a little bigger and I want to take out the G-skate for a bit of fun, if it's too fast and too loose with the twin and trailer, you can kind of chuck these in and you can get a little bit more hold. It might be a little slower, but you can get it having upright turns. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think first 3 or 4 surfs, I was just riding the AM, whatever the normal AM fins are, not the upright, like the.
Just the standard.
There's a standard
AM.
Like yeah.
I remember you called me. You were in the shop,
Yeah.
and you had like 3 sets of fins in front of you, and you're wigging out. Like, do I go this thruster set, this AM set, this 2+1 set?
Yeah. I was just too.
And I just told you were thinking about it way too much.
I just
get
was
the
like,
power twins.
You were sending photos to the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the group text.
Because I know what a thruster feels like, and it went good. Like I probably what you said. Like the difference for me is thruster. You can definitely surf it more like a shortboard or like your typical groveler. You've got that same pivot, but it's definitely slower. Like as soon as I ended up getting the power twin. I don't know anything about 2+1 fin setups, but I was like, I'm just going to get a different set to what you boys have, so we can all kind of try different options. And Taylor and I have the intention to swap fins and do that kind of stuff. But as soon as I put those in, it was like the speed off the mark and just the carry is definitely next level. But then obviously you sacrifice a little bit of that sort of hold and pivot.
I think that's probably why it works well as a 2+1. Is because you can see like. Literally right behind the front fins, it pulls in so much. So it's drastically. So it's like you've got a lot of hold in those front 2 fins, but then obviously with the trailer you've got a little bit of extra control as opposed to like a normal 20. Yeah, when it feels real skatey when you're flat on the water, but then when you're actually on rail, it's surprised me with how versatile it is. Like particularly the last couple surfs that I've had, I've gone like it's exceeded my expectations. Like wow, I don't feel like I'm limiting my surfing.
No. Yeah, I reckon you're right. Like it's not. You're probably not gonna force the same type of surfing.
Nah.
But if you get that magic section, you can actually hit it. Like you're not gonna miss the best section of the surf because you're on the board. Like you're not sacrificing performance.
There's always that little asterisk like for a twin fin. But I've actually feel like I've done surfing on this board where I would have been stoked on my normal board.
So good, like I guess for a thruster guy, which is us, right?
Totally.
It's like basically die-hard thruster guys
6.0 thrusters
that don't really delve into alternative shapes at all. Like this is like a really good option, I think. So it's like if you want that thing that's slightly different and fun, and you want to dabble in that world, but you still want to be able to like
surf
quote
properly.
unquote shred. You know, like you still want to feel like you're doing good surfing if you get a section. I think this is like a really good board for that.